come out time.
Calm down now.
And landlord daughter come to say she first they like you. She know now you take pack. So come case dey o. Come.
Good morning, Omar. Don't mind this,
Umar.
This my colleague.
My second wife has to come from.
Ayetoro.
Okay, it has to come from. Morning and night, ba. You feel am?
Where's Umar?
Network took him away. Are you there?
I've missed this guy. Umar, I miss you. No be joke. I miss you. Thanks for calling. How will I join your online show? Just go to YouTube and Facebook right now.
Go to Nigeria Info Abuja on Facebook
and YouTube. And that's why we say you should subscribe so that you know when we go on live.
Yes, indeed. You will get a notification as soon as it comes up. So yes, we are we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. And we are going to start this conversation by clearing my name. Effizy, present the evidence that you actually sent me on holiday.
Were you on radio on Thursday?
That's not in question.
No.
I was away for a number of days. Yes.
Now.
And you know where I went to because I work with you automatically. You will sign my leave form now. You will have the information before I can
sign something.
You will sign the form that allows you to fill in for me.
Explain clearly all that you saw on that form.
That's not what are you doing? Baba, present evidence.
That form where you sign, waiting the form.
That I'm going on leave.
Did you enter plane or you not enter plane?
What does that have to do with this conversation?
I just want to
show me that you are the one that paid. You said all expense paid. Show me. Bring it out. Bring it out now.
My PA
Let the world see.
Look,
which PA? Look, I'm talking to Effizy. I'm not talking to the governor.
No, hold on. Is this how you people saw Somi last week?
Does not have.
Is this how you people saw Somi last week?
Look at her hair. You don't have a PA.
Look at her hair.
You don't have a PA.
Look at her shirt. Look.
That's besides the point. That is besides the point. I will even stand up. Don't turn my seat around. The point is this. You said you sent me on an all expense page. See, you can't bring me down to this level.
I did not say. This is what I say.
You said you sent me on an all expense paid trip.
This is what I say. And Benga, thank you for positioning the camera on me right now. This is what I said. Now I paid a free all expenses, because the money plenty. For Somi to go and have a good time.
Show me the receipts that you funded that trip.
How much did I even send you on
Show
the trip?
me,
I should be showing you receipt of small money.
No, now. Is it not all expense paid?
I borrowed people like...
You said you had evidence. Please present your evidence or forever hold your peace.
Do you know how much of my money was invested in the Ghana election?
I am talking to the billionaire here. Can you not be some dodgy governor on set right now? No, that's what you are being.
No.
You send me an all expense paid trip, yes? Please present the evidence.
Why will I be showing for small money?
And this is where we move on. You see?
You are not moving any on.
This is why, it's not good.
Look at her now. Let them see your hair.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's part of the money.
Show me that you paid for it.
Okay, say the truth that I did not take you to go and buy your attachment.
It's like you are joking with me right now.
Say the truth.
Whose car were you in? Who was driving?
Who was driving?
Whose car were you in? Were you in my car or not?
Did I take you there?
Were you in my
or not?
You didn't take me there. You were not driving.
Take you there. Was I with you?
This man, you think you can mess me up live on air? Let me call my husband.
You want to call your husband live on air?
Yes.
Let me call my people.
You can't be lying
live
on me.
Air. Let me call my people
Please,
live
can we come
air.
back to the conversation at hand?
I want to call my people live on air.
Can we come back to the conversation at hand?
Oh, you want to come back to the conversation now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we should come back to
I don't have a problem.
Oh, you are still calling now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me continue to call too now. Is it not call? Let me call.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Let me call. I'm calling too.
You are live on air right now.
Let me call. Don't worry.
Please.
My phone is...
This young man is telling lies on me. He said he sent me on an all-expense paid trip to Jos.
99. I sent Somi on an all-expense paid trip from Wednesday till Friday. Is that true or false? Is it not true?
I don't understand.
It's true, sir.
Did you hear 99 pounds?
Please, sir, he even said he took me to go and buy
I
it.
even took.
Please, I'm
It's
putting you
true,
on
sir.
air.
And I can confirm it.
You say you can. Did you hear 99
This is
pounds?
the town hall for
99.
today.
Say it again. Let
Sir,
Abuja hear you.
Sir,
I can confirm it that you sent out
Sir.
on all
Expense paid trip.
Okay,
Good.
we have heard you. All right.
Effizy.
99. No call to.
Effizy.
Yes, you are on air.
Effizy.
Yes, sir.
Effizy.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I ask you a question?
Yes.
If Jesus, whom you hold dear, comes right now.
Let's go on the
and
show.
actually
Let's
say
keep up
this-
on the show right now. 99.
Hold up,
No
hold up,
worry.
hold up.
We'll continue the show. No, we want to continue the show.
Please,
I've asked my own
can you
call.
answer the question?
There are
Please,
callers
please
here.
answer.
There are
If
callers on
Jesus-
the.
Answer
there
the
are-
question.
there are-
If Jesus should come
There
now,
are callers on
will you
the.
be
There are
found telling the
callers
truth?
waiting on the show, sir. There are callers waiting on
Can
the
you
show.
just answer the question?
There's a caller
Answer
here.
the question.
Hello. Good morning to you. Hello.
That's the person I'm dealing with.
Man,
I don't-
Good.
Thank
Good
you very
morning
much.
to you.
man, this is fun, you know.
This is fun. You see, that's what I'm saying.
What is this? No. What is this?
But you should, for me, my name,
Your name is what, sir?
Umar.
my name is Omar.
Okay, Umar.
I mean, not this, man.
Oh.
Oh, Umar. Umar, please try and call us on the landlines.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. 0700-951-0000 or 00959-7486. And I
Umar
can't
is calling
believe
back
that we have
on
taken the
WhatsApp.
conversation to this.
Hello?
I'm saying, Somi,
Yes, please.
this is to you.
Okay.
Big boys don't display receipt.
Oh. Jesus, see me.
They don't display receipt. They just do their thing and move on.
Simple. Umar, God will go bless you, eh?
Umar.
Call for.
Umar, me and you, where we will meet is not here. Umar, this is you. You are taking this stance against me live on air.
Where you
Umar,
want me for Bode Road?
Umar,
Bode Road, you want me to, man?
Umar, is this your position?
This is a reality. There's no sentiment attached.
So this is your position, your final position, right, Umar?
Big boys do things. They know they announce them.
As in,
No, but he came here and announced it.
we dey show what
No,
things.
he came here and announced it, and all I'm asking is that he should verify.
Okay, they buy you phone
Uh-huh.
or they buy you some stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he cannot take another person's glory. He cannot take another person's glory. So what is happening here is he's being a typical
Thank
politician,
you, thank
and I will
you,
not
Umar.
allow that.
Let
I
me
will
read-
not allow
I want to
that.
read a message.
I don't care.
Chima from Apo says, showing the receipt on air will expose the billionaire to an insecurity risk. Somi, please protect
Me
the billionaire.
protect who?
Thank
Who they
you
lie
so
on top of
much.
my head?
I
Never.
appreciate you.
Did you hear from the person who actually funded that trip?
There's a caller with
Did you
Hello?
hear?
Good morning to you.
Good morning, billionaire.
Good morning, sir.
This is the other Umar.
Hey!
Hi,
Umar,
Umar.
you're
Welcome.
Show the receipts.
What did Umar say?
Billionaire,
Sir?
I say on behalf of Somi, we want to see the receipts
Exactly.
now.
The
All
receipt.
expense paid trip. Let's
Exactly.
know.
Eh.
You spot our Simi. Let us see evidence.
Exactly.
So, like Chima from Apo says, it will expose me to insecurity. I don't want to be exposed.
Because of that, we'll allow it.
Thank you.
Somi, I hope you had a nice 3 days holiday.
Uh-huh.
I went to work.
He said
I went to work,
Just say yes
and it
or
had
no.
nothing to do with the billionaire. But thank you so much for asking. I'm back,
That
safe
was
and sound. Thank you.
That's the question.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
Umar.
you, Umar. I appreciate it.
Let it be on record that
Appreciate
a
it. We
question
have
was
another
asked.
message.
A question was
Sir El.
asked for Sir El
Sir El,
to
get
actually
money
open up
to
and tell the
send-
truth.
Sir
and
El,
he
you
didn't.
get money to
It's okay.
send Somi on an all expense paid holiday. Now you never go and go on billionaire. I believe.
I will believe when cocks grow teeth. Jay from Gariki, thank you so much for that one. Thank you.
Jay, tomorrow is test your IQ. Shey you come.
I got you, Jay. Don't even be afraid. All right, we'll take one more call on this unfortunate conversation and then we will move on. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Bye.
Yes.
The great billionaire.
Great.
The great billionaire.
Great.
PA, number one.
Mm.
And Somi, God bless you.
Yeah, Senator, sir.
Himself exposed himself last week by saying you went to workshop.
Oh,
He has
oh,
forgotten.
I have been vindicated.
It's a lesson.
Workshop.
It's a lesson.
Oh.
Workshop.
I have been vindicated. Oh, my distinguished, thank you so much.
Are you sure I was the one who said workshop?
Look at
I don't me come and be going. Bye bye.
Distinguished, thank you so
Bye bye.
much.
I don't me have a nice day.
Thank you so much. You sit down and you
but
want to take another man's glory from nowhere.
It's all good.
From nowhere. The billionaire.
Yeah, I'm humble
The
enough
billionaire.
not to. No, it's okay.
This
it's
is
okay.
where I join with the people who call you audio.
It's okay.
Because
you want to call me audio?
Yes, because if you wanted to show off,
No. It's
you will have
okay.
done it properly.
You want
you will
to
have
call me
actually
audio.
taken on some form of the expense.
You want to take,
but you did not.
You want to call me audio,
and then here you are
It's okay.
trying to take another man's
It's okay.
glory. Look at you.
It's okay.
I've been vindicated.
It's 10:14 Nigerian time.
Yes,
Things
it
you do
is.
for people and they don't
Yes, it
acknowledge
is.
this life. But we'll keep doing good. We'll keep doing good. 10:14 Nigerian time, and it's important that we have this conversation,
Yes, it
especially with parents, with guardians, and everybody who are in custody of children, and also especially secondary school and even primary school. In fact, even to university, some of these things happen, and this also taking clue from a trending story online. We've also tried to reach out to the school and also the people involved. But as we speak, up till now, there is no response from them. But we're taking a cue from there to have this conversation that we're having. It's now becoming a norm, a normal trend for bullying in secondary schools, especially some of the private schools around. We have seen some of these things. And then it also put the children in a psychological point of fear of the unknown and also not speaking up about some of these things. There's a trending story about a particular school in Abuja that a child was bullied, was even chained. The video has been trending. The child was chained, and I mean, at the end of the day, that child was taken to the hospital and all of that. We want to get confirmation from the parent and the school before we let all of that out. But I mean, on social media, is already making a buzz and a trend as we speak. And again, before I forget, big shout out to the FCT Police Command that rescued a 4-year-old that was kidnapped 2 months ago. The 4-year-old, 4-year-old. Thank you so much for that good job. But then again, we need to look at schools, Somi. Gone are the days where children will come back home from school. And when it's a week to resumption, they start to say things like, I don't want to go back to that school. I don't like that school. And parents will just say, what's there? It's because you don't like to read your book. Come and go to the school. Not knowing that the child is actually passing an information, a coded information in that information that they need you to decode. And it could be a case of bullying. It could be a case of fear that I'm going back to a tax master who is about to kill me, who I'm not comfortable with, who kills my confidence. You are a parent. Your child has been doing well in school, having good grades. All of a sudden, the grades are dropping, and you are blaming the child for not reading. No, it might just be a case of bullying that the child cannot speak up about. Because most parents also give children the notion that this school that I'm putting you in, you are going to finish in this school. And it's also a psychological torture, especially when it's boarding house. When you are a junior student. And then, because 6 years, I don't know about now, but when I was in secondary school, so 6 years, when I was in GS1, 6 years was like forever to come. Because the people who were in SS3 when I was in school are people that you can't call them senior. You call them bros.
Like literally.
Yes.
Bros.
You can't.
Like senior is not even a respectable enough
no,
term.
like senior is for somebody in GS2 or GS3. These are not you. Let me call one name. There is a particular senior in my school that time. My first O-level school, Christ Ambassadors, Kaduna. I don't know where he is. Senior Luguentus. Senior Luguentus was he was the first person that I saw one-on-one who used, I can't call their name. That there's a particular shaving stick those days that it comes with a mirror inside. You open it and you see the shaver.
Okay, yeah.
There is a name for it. If I mention, you will know the name. I don't want to give that publicity.
Yeah, you don't need to.
If Senior Luguentus they shave now, then you go to hear. No be children hair. Senior Luguentus cannot flog you. You give him the cane, let him flog you, because if his hand near you, you are off. So when I resume school, it's like this is me and death looking at each other. Now the good part was that because the school was more like a missionary school, there was a high level of checks and balance and all of that. If not, no go there.
So basically, I mean, these are the stories that you will hear from, people who have been through the boarding system, over the years. And somehow, some way, as horrible as those stories used to be back in the day, even as time is passing and the years are going by, we're finding out that there are more horrible ways that some of these children are inventing to bully other children in the school. And now the conversation, I think, revolves, especially because a number of the cases that we've seen in the past couple of months have been largely in schools here in the FCT. We know the names, right? We know the names of the school. This recent one that came out is a school here in the FCT. And it just makes one wonder. Because not only do we see these things happening, but the children, like in this particular instance now, the children went as far as recording it. The same children who were bullying went as far as recording what they were doing. So it speaks to a number of issues. It speaks to the fact that there's a role that the school needs to be playing that is not playing. There's also the role that the parents of these children need to be playing that they are not playing. And that is why I like the way you started when you said, gone are the days when, your child will come and they will tell you something about school and you be quiet about it. No. Because a lot of things that are happening where we are seeing the psyche of these children play out, especially those who are bullying, takes you back to what is happening on the home front. It takes you back to what is happening on the home front. How are these children being raised? Why do they feel the need to do this? I mean, I also went through the boarding school system and, let's just leave it at that. But I can tell you something, that it's been how many years now? Over 2 decades. And the resultant effects of the bullying that some people during my time faced, it still affects them even now. Oh yeah. It still affects them even now. So there's a lot of conversation that needs to be had about, one, who is raising these children? How are the children being raised? And also on the part of the children who are being bullied. Why are they being bullied? Why are they, how are the parents, taking into cognizance what is happening with their children? I mean, children are coming back for the holidays. Parents, please, I don't know how else to say this. Listen to it's possible that the kind of bullying that they're undergoing is not even as physical as we're seeing in some of these videos. In some instances, it is largely affecting just their mental state and their psyche. A lot of conversation needs to be had, but I think that we'll have to start from the home front.
I mean, I totally agree with you, Somi, on that, because I remember when I had a change of school at some point one time, my mom started doing something, because at that time I was going to that school with some of my younger ones. Do you know when we come back from school, like from boarding school, when we're on break, when we come back, everything that you bring from school home, you leave it in the living room until my mom comes back. My mom is going to check from A to Z what is inside that bag. This. Look at you. Why are you looking slimmer than you left? Were you not eating? Is it that you don't like the food? My mom just wants to know.
She will ask questions.
She would just want to know. But I had a very crazy experience with that. Yes. Very, very.
With what? Her doing the checks?
Yes.
Okay.
She found one singlet that was not my own in my bag. And that taught me a lesson that I will never forget. My mom got into the car with myself and
Went
we
back to
turned
school.
back from Kano State to Jigawa to drop the singlet. Of course, you know what will be going on that 2 hours drive. Every pothole.
Oh, I know. Speaking as a mom myself.
Every pothole,
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Thank God fuel was not 1,000 that time.
It's
Before
bringing memories to mind of
Not.
what I have done as a mother.
So the truth is, I think parents needs to be more alert. And the best way you can do it is to grow with your children. Grow with them.
And you know, this is a conversation we need to have on both sides, right? And so we're going to get into the deeper parts of this conversation when we come back from this commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay with us. It's What's Happening Abuja, and we're having a conversation around what's happening, especially in schools in Abuja as regards bullying and the roles that parents need to play.
Because now students will be going back home for holidays.
I mean, definitely. Some of them are already back home.
And parents will just allow them glide in. You're back. Oh, you're going grand Pepe. Go on. No conversation, nothing. Next year, you go, second time. Okay, go. I'll be third time. I'll be first time. Let's go on a quick break.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 All right, welcome back. 10:31 Nigerian time, and here we go. And just to let you know, somebody here was calling our attention, thinking that we're focusing on girl child. No, it's not a girl child thing. We're talking across board. It's not about whether we're not talking. There's no gender in focus. The conversation is for both students, whether girl or boy. And we're saying parents should be more observant. Don't be too carried away with your work and what you do. Parents today proudly take their children to boarding house, not because they want to, but because they feel, let us have that space to work for 3 months and have them come back, stay maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks and go back. I know parents who love the boarding house idea so much because it gives them time to even bond and put their children in primary school boarding house. I'm not saying it's bad. I went to a boarding school. I would want my children to go to a boarding school. But you need to be observant. When you were in school and when your children are in school, there are two different times. When you were in school, you didn't have access to phone. You didn't have access to internet. The highest you had access to was a mainframe computer in your library. And sometimes there's not even electricity to go and on it. Because before you even boot the computer, it's past your break time. So how many times do you have to come on that computer when you were in school? But now it's in some school, your children having a laptop to come to school is part of the requirement.
I mean, the recording that was done in the video, that was the incident that happened,
showed that the student had phones with them.
The student had their phones and they were recording it. I'm just thinking about the psyche of that, even that alone, that act of recording it. Why are you doing that? Are you recording it so that you can have it
Trend.
for posterity's sake? What do you want to post it on your TikTok or something? And it was such a horrible thing to watch. And yes, this is not about a girl child or male child. This is about children in general. However, the child in this particular video that was making waves yesterday was a young boy or a young man, a young boy, yeah. And so it's a general conversation. It's a general conversation that we're having. So now that children are coming home, and interestingly, we're even talking about children in boarding schools. Do you realize, the billionaire, that even for children who are day students,
Yes.
who go home and come back,
Yes. Oh,
you know,
yes.
who go to school and come back
In
on a
fact,
daily
their own
basis,
is crazy.
there is still that level of not really paying attention.
Yes.
I think, and this is not to say that this is what we're seeing everywhere, but with the rate of how these things are happening, it begs the question that shouldn't there be more attention paid to our children than we are paying? I mean, kudos to those who are paying attention to their children and asking them questions. I hear you when you were talking about what your mother would do, you know, when you come back from school and all of that. I remember starting that at some point, but you know, I couldn't keep up with it for one or two reasons. And you know, I'm like, okay, perhaps that's something that I need to go back to as a parent, is just checking. Because even when they're day students, I think to some extent the concern is even more, because then they have access to other children and what those other children are exposed to on a daily basis,
And they walk
so you need
together
to be,
home.
exactly, so or they're in the bus together coming back and going in the morning, so you need to be having conversations with your children on a daily basis about what is going on in their spaces, who they are friends with, why they are friends with that person, yes, what kind of conversations they're having, and sometimes these things are done in a very subtle, not overpowering fashion, because, you know, especially if you're dealing with teenagers, they will find their ways to wiggle out of certain conversations. So this is why I've not always necessarily agreed with that saying. So of course some of these things must be taken in context, but when they say, oh, you're not supposed to be a friend to your child, I've not necessarily agreed with that 100%, because sometimes that's about the only way you can get information from these
At
children.
that level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are the conversations we're having with our children as they're coming back from the holidays?
Have conversations about sex with your children. You gave birth to them. Don't be shy about it. Your male children, your female children, find out from them how they feel about this, because they talk about it. Some of them are being harassed in school.
Of course they do.
And because you don't initiate the conversation, they don't know how to report it to you.
If you were the kind of parent that you felt like you had a handle on things prior to 2020, I'm sure past 2020 you will have realized that you can't have such a tight handle again, because the introduction of devices into learning, you know, e-learning and all of that has become more prevalent, and so automatically, one way or the other, there is exposure to all of these things. No matter how you try to, let me tell you a story. So I struggled very, very much with putting my son up on any social or online platform, and so I had the account created with what do they call this thing now? Of course, he was much younger at the time, so I had access. I was like primary access to his account, even his email account, right? Because trust me when I tell you, these children will find any way to get what they want to get, depending on what it is they're trying to get at the time. And so I had primary access and all of that. And I had the link. So there's an app where you can link it, and also you can see, even on their phones, you can see, if they have devices, you can see what they're doing.
You now become like a shadow owner of that
Something
account.
Something like that. And then all of a sudden, apparently there are age limits on some of these things, and that would allow you to have that kind of access as a parent. And before I knew what was happening, like I literally blinked, and by the time I opened my eyes again, I'm off.
Yes.
I'm off. That happened, and then COVID and the post-COVID era also happened. And so automatically, you know, e-learning has been introduced, so they had to take devices to school, laptop devices to school. And the first one I had him on was this one that barely had any RAM, right? And so for me, I was limiting what he could do with the device. But life happened too now, and some of the things he started doing, of course, as he's, you know, progressing in his learning years, going from junior secondary to senior secondary and all of that, he will require something that can take on more capacity.
Yes.
So somehow the other one, I have to release the higher capacity one to him. And guess what? I got a call just a few days ago to say that this young man was up at ungodly hours of the night because he was on that device. So they will always find a way around it. But you must ensure that as a parent, you are constantly checking, you're constantly on their case, on their matter. Because yes, some of us, Effizy can testify here, growing up as a child, he did give his parents reason to check every now and then, because children will be children.
Of course.
And that is why you must play your role, no matter how you want to engage with them and get them talking and opening up to you. You must play a role as a parent in being firm in some of the things that you discuss with them and the conversations you need to have. But especially on the part of the parents who have children who are bullies. The parents who have children who are bullies. To a large extent, I'm not saying in all cases, but to a large extent, it stems from what is happening in that child's life when he gets back home or when she gets back home. So let's have a conversation about that. Let's open up the phone lines and just get your thoughts on how we can check these things from the point of the home and also from the point of the schools. Because in some instances, the children are injured. They are maybe they need to get medical treatment and then they'll be fine physically. Mentally, they may not be okay. And in some cases, we've seen where children died. How long can this continue in our schooling and education system and in our home life? Let's have that conversation.
All right. Hello, good morning to you.
I don't wait to tire. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Say don't wait, Taya.
Morning, Mr. Chris. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Taya, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Our own bully started from home when we were small. When you go wake up early in the morning, now food and your breakfast.
You say it's bullying. Can you imagine? That was bullying for you, Mr. Chris.
But,
Yes.
I stood in the southeast.
Okay.
Yes. You know why I just this rugged that the school, the environment prepared me for the road. It didn't prepare the road for me. You understand? Let me, because I don't have much airtime here, let me tell you, for Southeast, it is a taboo for you to attend morning devotion with you without your exit and morning book. That is why I'm a great strong paper today. That's where it started. Then I will go back. I thank you.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Call us up on 0700 951 0000. WhatsApp is 00399 30137 this morning, and that's how you can be a part of the conversation this morning. Should we go to Facebook and see? Is there anybody?
Yeah, we see some messages here. Ode John says, "Good morning. Wow, you're both looking good. Thank you so much for that. The billionaire did not fund my attire or my coming out this morning, I guarantee you. But thank you for that message. We appreciate you, sir."
You had to say that?
Yes, I had to say that. Just setting the tone, right? So Machinga John here with the message. He's asking for our phone numbers. Of course, you're going to be getting that as well. I believe John would like to interact with us. But let's get back to the phone lines and then we'll take more messages.
Hello?
Hello. Billionaire.
Good morning to you, sir.
General Billionaire.
Billionaire. You're welcome, sir.
This topic is raising a topical issue. Bullying happens daily in our school, private, public school, from the kindergarten level up to the higher institutions. The bullying must not necessarily be emanate from the student alone. Even some teachers, they inflict pain on children. I think 2023, my little Abuja Junior, on the passing out graduation ceremony, so I was invited, but I couldn't attend. My spouse attended on my behalf. But what she saw was very horrible. A teacher in the school ordered Abuja Junior to remove his own uniform for another senior student who is passing out
Uh-uh.
because he has a tattered uniform. Imagine the horrible thing
Can you
that
imagine?
happened in our school. And most of them, if you want to apply corrective measures, they went beyond the corrective measure. Who is being found guilty of making noise, but you inflict pains on them that they took it in. There are a lot of things. The teachers have to be put on the guard. Then before you can even discipline the parents. There is lots of discipline in our schools.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abubakar. I mean, how do you tell a child to remove his uniform for another person because the person is passing out? Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
This is Christine from Kogi.
Christy from Kuje, you're welcome this morning.
Concerning the child issue, I also had an experience with my son. But it doesn't only end with the teacher. The teacher job is there, but parents have a lot of things to do. Imagine when my son first started this.
Hello?
He was with me and started telling, when he will start enjoying sex as a man. Yes, I had to educate him and made him understand that, there are a lot of things outside involved in what they you need to make your child your friend. Let him be free with you. Let him be able to tell you things that only will not tell others. I think that's the best way to bring up a child. This attitude of shouting, nagging and everything doesn't work with children of these days.
Okay.
It doesn't work with them, nagging. You have to calm them down. Talk to them like you are talking to your mate.
Okay.
They are wiser than us. You have to be cautious. And so, please,